Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about gold. I've been wearing a gold-colored shirt so we can talk about gold. Zambast and I were looking into gold the other day, or actually last night, and we had a very interesting conversation about why is gold so imperative that everybody wants to have it? What's up with this gold? I mean, you can't eat it, or can you? So I was watching Roger on Mud Fossil University. And of course, he put out a thing, he discovered where gold comes from. So I looked into it, and he's absolutely correct. It's a byproduct from bacteria. So looks like this bacteria is everywhere. I never could understand why we have monatomic gold in the oceans, because it's like, well, how did all this gold, even though it's monatomic, get into these oceans? And it's in the land, it's in the water, it's actually everywhere. And if it's everywhere, why is it so sought after? So I was looking into this bacteria and the process that this bacteria does to create as a byproduct, or, excrements, gold out of it. And I saw that it was very fascinating. The one thing that I saw was there's all these base minerals. There's a few. And this bacteria consumes these base materials. And just like us, it has a type of, it's not a digestive tract, but it does digest it in a degree. It changes it. But the change is being done with an acid and also oxygen. So it's like these base minerals that it's taking in. And these base minerals can be found in fruits and vegetables and, of course, biological material. And if you break it down, it actually comes out to be like magnesium, what else am I seeing? Calcium. Algae has a lot of this in it. And this bacteria is also using what's in the algae to, of course, in the ocean, make this monatomic gold. So I'm looking at all of this, and it looks like it's almost like superheated with oxygen. And it's like, wow, a lot of stuff, if you want to change it, needs to have some kind of superheating and oxygen to have it turn into something. So we have to relook at our periodic table where it says that gold is a base mineral. No, it's not. Actually, it's a byproduct mineral, if you want to call it a mineral. I don't know. So, and then Xanthas asked me a very interesting question. He goes, Sonia, if gold is a byproduct from all these things, going through a type of bacteria and being superheated and then through acid and then with oxygen mixed with it, what about other metals like copper, silver, all this stuff? And I'm like, when I look into it, it's like all of these are byproducts from a form of bacteria that's creating it. So this notion that these things have always existed, no, they haven't always existed. They were created. And I'll give you an example. In our world, everybody's digging in the mines because they got to get the almighty precious diamond. And now we know we can make diamonds with superheating and what have you. And they're diamonds. Well, it's the same thing with gold. And then I go back to the very thing. Why are diamonds and gold and silver so precious when they literally can be made? And they can be made in mass abundance. Now, here's the thing that's going to twist your noodle. In our history, we were always told that humans were developed so that we could mine this gold and this silver and these diamonds and blah, 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 blah. Well, when I actually look into it and I see these other races of beings, they have had the technology to make all of this themselves. They didn't need us to go mine gold and silver and diamonds. So then I'm like, well, what's the point of putting this into our history where we were slaves to go into mines and do all of this. And then I saw there was a division. It looks like at one point mining was done and they did not require us to do the mining. No. They had technologies and machines and what have you. We were actually redundant. Like we're being made redundant in this reality and machines are taking over our jobs like in warehouses and stuff. I think there was like 30,000 jobs from a couple of years ago to the next year that machines will be replacing these people and have been replacing these people. Well, it's the same thing within the past. We were really inadequate to go and do a lot of this stuff. So here's the division. When did human beings start doing all this mining if it wasn't for these, let's call them extraterrestrials because they're from the bigger earth, different species. It looks like when they had left, basically, and we were still left there. We had, almost like monkey see, monkey do, had done this mining so that we ourselves could get these minerals because we found that they had many uses. Of course, diamonds are the hardest substance, so we use them in all kinds of things for cutting and for drilling and for you name it, diamonds are used. And they're also a crystal, and they have a very high quality for lasers and technology. Stuff can be stored in this also, like technological things, like information. That's another thing that we need to discuss is about the uses of diamonds. And then we go back to the uses of gold. Why is gold so sought after? So, of course, you know that gold is a conductor, and it also blocks out, and this is really interesting, if you took pure gold and you put it into a paint and you painted something in a couple layers of gold, it prevents scalar weaponry from being used on you. It's a barrier. And it's like, wow, I had no idea that gold could be used as a protection against scalar weaponry. And it's like, well, what else can gold do? So it looks like gold can also block out any kind of frequency wave, which is a mental frequency wave, a produced frequency wave, which is scalar, anything like this. And it's like, wow, it's like a wall. You can't go through it. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh, that's what gold is for. And then I looked into gold further and found that monatomic gold is actually a repairer within these genetic bodies of ours. They can actually cellular repair these bodies. And if you took monatomic gold in small amounts throughout your life, it would reduce aging, it would reduce stresses on your physical body systems. We have this gold inside of us anyway because we carry that bacteria. And it's like, oh, so there we go. Which is why people can wear gold or ingest gold and it doesn't really harm them. Of course not. And it's why you don't have reactions when you wear gold because it's already in your system. So I'm seeing that this gold has been a big part of our physical reality because it has many uses and it's very beneficial. So then I'm thinking, is gold going to end up like diamonds where they pump out to you, gold is so rare and we can't have it and it's worth so much money, but yet you can produce it just like diamonds. Like right now, when people are like, oh, I want diamonds, they're so rare. No, they're not. They can just make a shit ton of them in the backyard or in the back room or whatever and make you believe that they're rare, but you can make them. So what's the value in a diamond? Other than the uses for it, why do you have diamonds? Okay, some of us like diamonds because we can resonate to it, but other than that, to pay these extravagant prices for diamonds, and it's going to be the same thing with gold. You can make gold. We could have always made gold. It's just that it was a very kept secret of how to make gold. These alchemists throughout history knew how to make gold and realized that it was a process. So, yes, gold is very worthwhile and diamonds are too, but as far as putting this astronomical amount of money that they're worth on top of it, the value, I don't know. When you can make something, does the value decrease? To me, it does. I don't know. This society is really strange. They value something that could be made in bucket loads. To me, the most valuable thing is air. food, shelter, free will. I put that one number one, free will. Now, these are the things I value. So I just wanted to put this little video together about gold. I just think it's funny. I guess the biggest kept secret is that we can make this gold, we can make silver, we can make anything on that periodic chart that's in the metal allergy can be produced and has always been produced by bacteria, obviously. It's just very interesting that everyone values gold, which, yes, it has a lot of uses, but I also value copper. Copper is one of the most extensively used and unused material. And what I mean by that is copper has the ability with magnets to produce free energy. And it's like, to me, I'd like to have free energy all day long. So give me the copper. And copper is also an essential element that we need in our body because our blood is comprised of copper. So it's like I always drink out of my copper pot. And if you can use copper with magnets to produce energy, it's like, well, yeah. So I do know that when you go to buy anything that's copper, I mean, depending on the grade of copper, it's extraordinarily expensive. And it's like, what do they know that we don't know? Of course, everything. So that's another thing. We need to start re-looking into our society about what's truly important, what can be produced, what shouldn't have the value if you can keep producing it like there's no tomorrow. Of course, the trade secrets of making this gold and the diamonds, it's not for the general public like you and me. But it is known, and it's being created. So when they're saying, oh, there's this gold shortage, no, there's not. It's like saying there's an oil shortage. No, not going to ever happen. Never. You're never going to run out of oil. As long as Gaia is alive, because that is her lifeblood, you're never going to run out of oil because she's producing it like we produce blood. Oh, and I did a video on that. Please, everyone go watch that video. I think it was something about oil and dinosaurs or something like this. It's funny. I laughed after I made that video. It's like, yeah, it's too funny. It definitely reminds me of, let's put out these fables and then they'll grow and they'll snowball and we'll pump it real hard till everyone believes it. And then that will be the scenario. And it's all done for control, money, what have you. And then I have to wonder, what is the point of having all of this control? I mean, how much money can you possibly have? How much wealth? How much power? What does it actually do for you to have all the power in the world and all the wealth in the world? You're going to become bored after a certain point at that time because then you don't have anything left. You have all this power, you have all this wealth, and you can do anything you want. And then you yourself start to devalue even that. Because for some reason, the human being species, let's just say that, the more you tend to have everything you've ever wanted, like as far as power and money and blah, 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 blah. Some of these beings just, it's like they're always looking for the next fix, the next high, the next this, the next that, instead of just enjoying the reality of existing in this place, because it can be wonderful. Other than the human drama and the dramas being put out by the negative energy, of course, the Archon, this is a beautiful place. So we'll see what's going to happen. But I just wanted to I'm digressing again. I just want to put that out about gold and really looking into how it's being created. I might be doing some few little experiments myself. I'm going to think about it. Okay then. Everybody have a great day. Bye.